What's good, y'all? It's your boy Flippo. Hey, we back. This video is going to be a little different from all my other videos. So, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm 18 years old. I just graduated high school, and I plan on joining the Air Force. So, I've been doing some work with my recruiter. You know, this basic stuff you do with your recruiter. So, you've reached the point where you've got, okay, you're gonna get your Meps date. So, your recruiter sets up your Meps date, and basically, I'm just gonna talk about my experience, what happened. Um, the rundown of everything that happens there and stuff like that. I'll make another video doing like tips and stuff to help you like get by, so you're not gonna disqualify yourself or just whatever the case may be. Not to stand out too much, but I'll make another video on that. But basically, I'm just gonna give y'all my rundown of my experience at Meps and what happened to me, and I hope y'all enjoy. So, my recruiter gave me my Meps date, and I went like 4 days ago. I can't remember the date. Don't ask me. I went 4 days ago, and so the day before you go to Meps, you're gonna meet with your recruiter, and he or she will give you like a rundown, basically, of what's gonna happen at Meps. But it's gonna be kind of like brief. They're just gonna give you like an idea of what's gonna happen that day. They're gonna give you like the address of your Meps location or whatever the case may be. So they give you that, and they'll talk to you. Go sign a couple documents, and then you'll finish up your paperwork so you can go to Meps. So, the day before came, he talked to me, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I did all the paperwork done. So the day came where I actually go to Meps. So I had a check-in time between 4:30 and 7. So I got there around like 5:30, 6, just to be safe. So you drive to the hotel. I had my parents drop me off. So I got dropped off at the hotel, checked in. They just go over rules. Some lady gave me some paperwork to fill out, just basically saying like not to act stupid in the hotel. Just the basic stuff. She gave me my room key. As soon as I got there, I didn't know, but my roommate was like the person behind me, like waiting to get checked in. So I went up there. My roommate is pretty cool. He was some Navy guy. He was shipping out to the next day. So you wake up early in the morning and go to Meps, and you do your physical or whatever. But he was actually shipping out. So this was his second time at Meps. So I was like, dang, like that's crazy. But yeah, I got my roommate. Went to a hotel room. You just basically just chill out until the next day. They give you like a briefing of what time you need to be down in the morning, what's gonna happen and stuff. They give you like meal tickets, so you get to eat dinner there. They pay for your dinner, um, all that good stuff. So whatever. Like, I went to sleep around 10 o'clock. All right, so you gotta be back in your rooms at 10 o'clock for my Meps location. I don't know if it's different for anybody else, but our curfew was 10 o'clock, so I was in my room by like 9:30. I was chilling. Like, I was so anxious and so ready to get it done that I just wanted to go to sleep. So the day would happen, it would come quicker. You know what I'm saying? So I fell asleep at like 10 o'clock. Couldn't really sleep. I was like tossing and turning, and plus my room was like right by the highway, so there was cars racing up and down the street, and it was just bad. But I mean, I got a decent amount of sleep. I was really like excited, but I was nervous, so I had the energy to get up. So I wasn't really like, dang, like I didn't get any sleep. But so that happened. I woke up, got dressed. I took a shower the night before, and I'm not the type to really like get real dirty overnight, stink overnight. Like, I don't know how some people just, I don't know. Anyways, so I got up. We went downstairs to the lounge area. We were just waiting, and then we since we had meal tickets, we got to eat breakfast free at the buffet. So all I had was like eggs and sausage. So I got eggs and sausage or whatever. Then and then I went, and then we checked out, and we turned in our room keys or whatever, and then we loaded the bus. So you load the bus. The bus takes you to Meps, or if you drive, you'll drive behind the bus that takes other people to Meps, and you'll just follow the bus. But we got there. They had us line up outside in a line formation. Some of y'all probably don't even know what that is, but it's just like a 4x4 or like a 6x6, depending how big your Meps group is how big your formation will be. They're not yelling at you, they're not screaming at you, it's none of that. But they just have y'all line up so like everyone's in organized fashion. And then they had some certain people fall out, I guess, because they were like took priority for some reason, some way. I wasn't one of those people, so I didn't know. But he just gave us instructions about the security and stuff like that, blah blah blah. Just basically security, like what not to bring. If anybody had anything they're not supposed to, just get rid of it now. And So we fall out, and those people who take priority, they go first, and then we follow behind them. So we went to the screening. So we did the security check and all that stuff. Took off our belt. I put my backpack through the conveyor belt and stuff. It just got checked. But so when you get to Meps, there's 8 stations. 8 stations. So the first thing we did when we got there, you're gonna go and meet with your service counselor. So mine was the Air Force, so I go talk to the Air Force service counselor. So I went upstairs and I checked in. You check with them with your service counselor, and they'll give you a name tag, and you'll take all your medical records that you're supposed to bring with you to MEPS. You'll give it to them. They'll hold on to it. You won't get it back to the end of the day. You take all, not your mere medical records, but like your birth certificate, your social, your high school diploma. If you have ROTC, your certificate for that. And I did. I had 4 years of ROTC, so I gave them my ROTC certificate. But you give them all that. You check in. You get a name tag, and then you'll go into the control desk. So the control desk, you just check in. It's kind of just like another check in, because you checked in with your service counselor, but you need to check in with like MEPS, I guess, per se. And so I checked in with my service counselor, checked in with the control desk. They took my fingerprints. They took a picture of me. I don't really know what it's for, but I mean, it was just their steps or rules or whatever. So I did all that. Then they sent me up to the third floor. The third floor. So you couldn't have your phones out. I left my phone in there. You can't have your phone out at all in the medical floor of the building. So we went upstairs. You check into another desk, and that one just basically he just asked me. He was like, "Okay, how old are you?" I'm like 18. He's like, "It's your first time joining the military?" I was like, "Yes, sir." And he took my fingerprints, and then he was doing some paperwork and stuff. And they just do the paperwork. You just listen. So he took my fingerprints. He took my. That's all he took. So he just gave me back stuff, and they sent me to a station, and from there I went to station 3. So my first station I went to was the hearing station. So it's like they test your hearing. So you get there. I sat there. You go in this room. It's very quiet. There's like 8 people in the room at once, and you're all just like sitting like so it's just you walk straight in, right, and there's like sections like there's separators in between you and the next person. There's like curtains or whatever. So I went all the way back and then to the left, so I was in the back corner. So you just basically like how I'm looking at y'all right now is how you'll be looking at your setup. So I'm looking at y'all right now, and then there's like the curtain, and there's a wall because I was in the back. So there's a wall, curtain. So I can't even look to the person to my left, and then if I look all the way behind me, there's a person right there, and if I look diagonal, there's a person right there. If you get what I'm saying. So you have your headphones and stuff. They're right there in front of you. The person will come in. They'll like explain what's gonna happen and stuff like that. So I took my headphones off, and you get a clicker. So the beeps go off, and you'll just click if you hear the beeps, and you're not gonna hear some of them obviously. So I just beeped or whatever. So that was the first station. The hearing station. Boom. So headphones on. Click when you hear the beep. That's all there is to it. Can be more complicated. I don't know how you can make them more complicated, but that's all there was to it. From there, I went to go take my they went to take my blood pressure. So I got my blood pressure taken, and they just it's normal, put it on your arm, and then the thing squeezes it. Then they take your blood pressure. Make sure you try to like not eat anything high in sugar, so your blood pressure doesn't raise that morning. So I ate eggs and sausage, so like there wasn't really much sugar. I drank water too. I didn't really drink orange juice because it was just I didn't want to take the chance. So and just make sure you're real calm, because if you're not calm, you feel like your heart's beating fast, and obviously it's gonna show up on your freaking blood pressure. And they're gonna be like, oh, this person has high blood pressure. Either they're gonna say come back another day, or just they'll let you do it later on that day because maybe you're nervous or whatever the case may be. So they took my blood pressure. That was easy or whatever. That's just nothing you can control. So they took your blood pressure, and then from there I went to get my vision test. So they checked if you're colorblind. They did the colorblind test or whatever. So they have like the colorful square, and then inside that colorful square there's a number, which is like a different color, and it has a number. And if you're colorblind, you can't see it. But I'm not colorblind, so I'll write it off or whatever. And then they did like the eye test. So you go like how like the letters are real big at the top, and then they get smaller as they go down and stuff. So you read that, you'll do both eyes, and you do close one eye left, close one eye right, and it was just that vision test. Boom, done. nothing complicated. Um, from there, we went to the then we went to the medical floor. I don't. That was the second floor that we were on, like with the control desk and all that. So then we went to medical floor, and that's when you really can have your phone. Like if they catch you up with your phone, you like there's like tests and stuff. Like if there people, you have people taking their ASVAB and stuff like that. So you can't. It's like a registered test, so you can't just have your phone out. So it's that's come on. But so you really can't have your phones out then. Like if it's in your pocket, like you got to give it to them. So that's why you just keep it in your bag in the baggage room because they have a stuff where you can. They have a closet where you can put all your stuff in and it's locked away and stuff, so you don't have to worry about it. But that goes on, and then so the medical processing. Um, so we get there. I get upstairs, and from there, we went into like this really big room, and it was just like your whole group of people who were at Meps with you. So they in that they'll just go over like so you get your medical records, and so they go over with you like a bunch of paperwork, and they give you like so they give you like this tube or something. It's for your breathalyzer, so you have to take a breathalyzer when you get there in that medical room. And so I'm gonna just wait to say that or whatever because that comes later. But you do all your paperwork and stuff. So they do like a sheet if you have tattoos, body piercing, scars like that. I have my ears pierced. I have a couple scars from surgeries and stuff like that. And you just write them down. You just like locate them. They have like charts where you can locate it, where on the body they are, and describe it, what it is and stuff. So mine's with scars and piercings, and left ear piercing, right ear piercing, forearm scars, knee scars, and that was basically it. And they go over all your paperwork, and then they do like some like your mental health. So it was like, all right, have you ever been depressed? Have you ever seen a physician for being depressed? That's that type of stuff. And so you like bubble in like no, yes, or whatever the case may be. You go down that worksheet, and keep in mind all the stuff you told your recruiter. If they have it, if your recruiter has it on file, you need to say it, or else you're gonna get disqualified. Because if your answers don't match up, then they're gonna be like, hey, something's not right. They're lying about something, or they're keeping something from us. Then it's fraud, and it's gonna penalize your MEPS, and then you'll just get disqualified. So if your recruiter knows about it, you need to say it, and you that's in between you and your recruiter, your communication. That's gonna be really important for what you need to put down and stuff when you get there. So for me, like I only bubbled freaking one question because I didn't know because I didn't nobody briefed me on MEPS like or nobody briefed me on my recruiter about like what to say and what not to say. Like and I told him like I got suspended in middle school for pushing a kid into a door, so that was on my record. Oh shoot me, no, but so I had to write it down at MEPS, and that was like the only thing I bubbled yes to, and it was like depression and all that. I don't know. It was just a bunch of stuff. So you do all that questionnaire, you do the tattoo sheet, piercing sheet, body scars, all that. Um, from there, we then took our breathalyzer test. So they give you like a little tube and like a wrapper, and then you unwrap it obviously, and it's like a little tube and then you go up to the front of the room, and he or she, the doctor, will have like two breathalyzers, and you do two people at a time. So you just stick your tube in the breathalyzer thing, and then you'll blow into it. It's your breathalyzer, any alcohol in your system, whatever